Good morning, everyone. Fitness and nutrition expert Mackie Shilstone is here with me. Of course, I'm April Dupree for another installment of Workout Wednesday. Over the last few weeks, we have been filming at the NOPD's SWAT team headquarters. We thank them so much for allowing us to be here. It is hot, guys. This is basically an outdoor warehouse. So the last couple of weeks we've been sweating our butts off, but it is all in good fun to be able to show you these workouts called the Mackie Method. Mackie has been showing us over the last few weeks workouts that he loves, that are his staples, that he also uses with his pro athletes that he's trained over the last few decades. So each different week we've been focusing on different body parts. Of course, we have our trusty exercise ball, so I'll hand the mic off to Mackie so he can explain a little bit more to you.
Well, I guess if you want to call it, I'm 70, sweating to the oldie. That's me, and it is hot. And so I've got my towel. But what we're going to show you today, I've shown you pieces, but it's the routine. This is the 4-way leg strengthening. It's going to give you leg endurance. It will tone your legs. And the idea is we have to be very protective, especially when we're going laterally to the wall. So the key is watch the technique, and then April will guide you through, and then I'll end up on the ground doing a leg curl.
All right, guys, so Mackie is going to go ahead and grab that, excuse me, exercise ball. Any flat surface on a wall is what you need. I would not suggest doing this somewhere that has ridges or divots in the wall, something that's flat, either indoor or outdoor. So notice that he has his knees separated, hip width apart, feet are nice and flat. He's going into that squatting motion with the ball, assisting him, keeping that ball between his low back and glute area, and of course, extending those arms all the way out. You can add some weights to this if you'd like to work your arms and chest as well. Leaning up against that wall and now standing on the outside leg as the opposite leg is bended. You can keep your foot a little bit closer to the ground and the ball of the foot to be able to modify if you'd like. Of course, what we do on one side, we want to do on the other, so he's facing in the opposite direction. Standing on that outside leg, notice that his leg is never fully straightening out, so we want to create that stability and good foundation with a bended knee and a flat foot, leaning into the ball and then coming back, putting that exercise ball in his low back, again, balancing on one leg, taking that opposite leg, bringing it back onto the wall. Of course, you can have this a little bit lower. It doesn't need to be super high. And then just ever so slightly going into that lunging position. Notice that his knee is not over the toe, so we don't want to do that at all. We want to make sure that the knee stays right over the ankle joint area. This is actually really challenging. It's a lot harder than he's making it look, but nonetheless, it's working and definitely challenging. Now, you can get a yoga mat if you don't have that, a beach towel or a thick bathroom towel, taking that ball, extending it against the wall, opposite foot on the wall, and then one of your heels is actually going to be on the ball. Mackie's hips are lifted. If you want to modify this, you can of course bring them down a little bit lower. Bring your arms by your side if you don't want to do this full exercise. Notice that his head stayed down. Of course, what we do on one side, we want to do on the opposite side in order to be able to make sure that we're working both sides evenly. Notice that that knee, same thing, even though he's lying down, is not going past the toe. So he's doing a few reps of these, but ideally we want to actually do a little bit more. So I'm going to hand the mic off to Mackie so he can explain in detail how many sets and reps you're also doing.
Don't want the ball to run off.
It's lazy.
The ball is tired, you see. Anyway, I'm going through 20 reps on each leg. So keep in mind that's 20-20, and it's 20 wall squats, and it's 20 of the lateral squats, and on each leg. So before you know it, you've done 120 reps. I think you ought to start out 5 to 6. Work up to what you can do. I'm always Mackie. I'm going to be doing 20 of everything, and there are many number of exercises I'm doing. So it's not uncommon for me to have a workout with over 560 repetitions, but that's me, and I'm crazy to begin with.
You know what? My mom taught me, if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. But I love my little friend here. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Man.
You got 20/20 vision like all of these 20 set reps that you're doing right now?
Yeah, well, you know.
I thought so. Join us next week, guys. We got much more Workout Wednesday for you. Of course, visit maxwellnutrition.com, and we want you to visit wwltv.com and click on the Health tab. We'll see you next week.